Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and as always, this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. I always appreciate it. As you know, we are in between seasons, and this is just kind of the filler video, so hope you watch and enjoy it. And I think I'm just going to do a hodgepodge of things today, so we'll get into that in a moment. In case you're wondering what that's about, so I was cleaning out my closet, and in preparation to kind of moving things around and stuff, I'm getting new furniture. And I'm just kind of making space, and I was pulling a box from the top shelf, and I didn't realize that there was a smaller plastic box on top of it, and it slid off and it came down and it hit me right in the head. Opened up, and it was like really heavy, and when it opened up after it impacted my skull, all of these lead Dungeons and Dragons figurines popped out, just went all over the floor. I had forgotten that I had these. I probably have had these for like 30 years or something like that. So anyway, I almost knocked myself unconscious with D&D figurines. Who knew that D&D could be such a dangerous hobby? Anyway, so we're gonna do a hodgepodge of stuff today, and so let us get right into it. So if you watch his channel, you probably know that I have a thing for Japanese vending machines because I think they're very interesting. Just the whole culture of it and the items that you can get and things of that nature. When my friends went to Japan, I gave them money and I said, get me stuff from a vending machine, and they did. It was a lot of fun. So in relation to that, something else that I also enjoy that's somewhat similar is Gachapon. And, you know, this, I think it goes back to when I was a kid. And when I was like 4 or 5 years old, living in Fredericksburg, Virginia, we had a Hardee's there. And that was like the big fast food restaurant in the 70s in that area of the world. And we would go there, my family would go there once a week. And, you know, to have lunch, you know, a family lunch, fun little lunch. And at the time, my little sister hadn't been born yet. My older sister and I would go with my mom. We walk over to the bubblegum machines, right? The bubblegum things, right? You know, those little stands, and you put in the 10 cents and you get like a little, like a chiclet of gum or whatever, a handful of chiclets. And sometimes you would have like little toys inside of these things. And so I remember this particular Hardee's in Fredericksburg had the one gum one, and had two of them where you get toys, stickers, and keychains, right? So we would have our lunch, and we would go over, you know, my older sister and I with my mom, and we'd go over, and my mom would go, okay, choose one. You can have the gum. You can have one of the two of, you know, with toys in them. And so Kari, my older sister, and I would always invariably get the toy ones. We would each pick one. So my mom would put in the dime or nickel or however much it was at the time. And, you know, we would then the most exciting part would be for us to actually be able to turn the metal crank, right, and hear that clink, and then hear the whatever plastic container drops right into that little chamber, and you lift the little door, and there it is, and rolls out into your little hand. And we would open it up, and there would be the sticker, the little toy, the keychain, whatever it may be. And it was just such a wonderful thing. And obviously I've carried that memory my entire life, and it's a happy memory. I enjoy that memory. So when I see videos of people going to places in Japan where, you know, you can just walk down the street and there's like all these Gachapon shops where you just walk in and it's just Gachapon, right? It's just Gachapon. And people going, okay, well, you know, I have X amount of money today and this is what I'm going to try and get, and blah, 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 and just, it's, you know, I'm enamored by these videos. And part of it is that, you know, of course, we don't really see that here in America anymore. The American version of Gachapon, like I described it in Hardee's, does exist. They're out there, but they're hard to find. They're not readily available. It's not like you can go down, you know, the St. Paul Street here on Baltimore and just walk down and go, oh, Gachapon, do the thing and be happy. So imagine my surprise when I was at Anime USA this past October, and there were like 2 or 3 vendors that had Gachapon. So I was just like, oh, you know, the choir of angels, and I was just like, oh, I must do this thing. And the friends I went with, they're just kind of looking at me like going, did you just go stupid or something? I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is, I love these things. So, and so I think I amused them. So there's one place you take your credit card or your cash and you get your tokens, and then of course you go to the bank of Gachapon and you choose which one you want. You put in the required amount of tokens, and you do the thing. So when I did it, I like literally almost did not care what I got. I just wanted to do it. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's about their journey, right? So, there I was, like I was 5 years old again, plunking in these tokens, turning a little plastic thing, hearing the click, hearing something drop, opened the thing, and pulled out the little capsule. I could have cared less what I've gotten. I could have gotten a Lucky Star towel. I could have gotten a keychain from Sailor Moon. I got a little Gundam gunpla thing, and I would have been happy with any of that. I was just happy with the whole experience. So, it's one of those things where it's just like the Japanese vending machines. This is just something that sticks with me. And it's something I wish that we had a little bit more often, and I could do a little bit more often, which is probably just as well that I don't, because I'll probably blow a lot of money. I'm a horrible gambler, and I know that's why I don't gamble. And Gachapon is kind of like a gamble. So if you're actually looking to get a thing, if I actually wanted to go, I wanted that Gundam Gunpla, and I turned a thing, I would not get that Gundam Gunpla, right? So it's probably just as well that I don't have readily available access to a Gachapon parlor or anything like that. But I do love them. So if you happen to live in a place that has those things, let us know down below. But yeah, and tell us about your favorite Gachapon experience. That would be awesome. And later on in this video, I'm actually going to put together a Gachapon that was gifted to me. So there is that. All right, enough of my Gachapon obsession, and yeah, let's move on. So for my fellow Genshin addicts out there, one of the things that playing this game, obviously, is very addictive. I can spend hours playing this game. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to do it or finish up the latest Archon quest. So there's a lot to Genshin. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of characters, a lot of things you can do, open world. So there's a lot of stuff on there. But the thing that I want the most, and we were teased this a while ago. Now, as we know, Genshin Impact does have official canon manga. So that does exist out there, and that does pertain to the actual game. So you can read that, and it kind of gives you an idea a little bit more about the lore and things like of that, and interrelationships between some of the characters. What I really want, and we sometimes get this every now and again, Hoyoverse will give us a little something, and sometimes we'll see a particularly creative animator, doing a Genshin animated style thing, is, I want Genshin the anime, right? Because we know that they can do it, right? We've seen the cutscenes, we've seen the quality of the voice acting, we've seen all this kind of stuff, and we were teased at one point by Hoyoverse saying there may be an anime coming out at some point. We never got it, and I'm sad about that. But really, I'm kind of hoping that at some point that Genshin will give us an anime series. Maybe it's an OVA. Maybe it's something that goes on YouTube, like something of that nature. Maybe we'll get a movie. I don't know, but I would love to see a Genshin story anime, and I hope that happens one day. What do you think? Do you think you would like to see a Genshin anime? What would you think would be a good storyline for a Genshin anime? What characters would you like to see? I personally would love to see a Dea-based anime, perhaps running around in Atlan, or perhaps Dea in Fontaine, running around in Fontaine. Or, maybe you're a fan of Amber, and you want Amber's an adventure with Amber, or maybe you want something cute with Klee or something of that nature. What do you think? What would scratch your itch? What Genshin anime would scratch that particular itch for you? Leave the comments down below. Keep it clean, please. No trolling, and let us know what you think. All right, there we go. Genshin the anime. Hopefully someday, perhaps, please. So, as many of you are aware, we had the Roanoke Retreat, the second Roanoke Retreat, just recently, a few weeks ago, and we went down to a cabin outside of Roanoke, Virginia, and had a wonderful time. We cooked food, we watched anime, we geeked out on movies, we talked about things, geek things, and had a wonderful geek time. It was such a wonderful geek fandom thing to do, and we really enjoyed it. And we almost got snowed in. So we have the video on the channel here if you want to watch it. But one of the things, our host, Brett Newhall, he kind of got the whole thing together, and he gave all of us a little gift and from Gachapon, and so this is mine. What could it be? I don't know. Actually, I do know. I just haven't put it together yet. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to put this thing together, and you're going to see the Gachapon that Brent got for me. So let's go ahead and start putting this together.